Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check brought to you by BB. There is no second best live YouTube stream to talk about markets. Welcome back, guys. Happy Wednesday, November 19th. We are seeing some red to, oh my God, that 3-month candle. Wow. Definitely don't show that again.
Don't look at that, yeah.
Anyway, welcome, guys. I'm Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by Max and, of course, Tucker. Welcome. We're going to have a great show for you all today, obviously dissecting where markets are headed here over the next few weeks, everything that we've seen over the last few weeks. And of course, I mean, we got to talk about it's becoming like this quarterly Super Bowl per se for big tech. We've got NVIDIA earnings later this afternoon as well. We'll probably discuss that. I mean, I'll be honest, I'd much rather discuss things like NVIDIA earnings than things like FOMC. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but at least for me, it's a little bit more entertaining because it leads to, I think, more discernible price volatility on something like NVIDIA, which has been the market leader. But before we can start yapping about the markets, sharing charts, and everything else in between, I'm going to ask if you guys can hit that like button for us. And I'm going to keep saying the like button has been in a bear market for the last few weeks, or really the last few months. You could even argue the like button has been in a bear market kind of since like altcoin performance started to drop off. But regardless, let's run that like button up today. Let's have a great show. And yeah, we're going to cook for you guys. So let's talk about the market. We had a rally, I think it was yesterday, and obviously throughout Asia session last night. Stop me if you've heard this before. Once New York Open happened, the market started to move down and they sold off the coins. I mean, it feels like we've kind of been in this regime for a few weeks now where crypto just shows immense amounts of weakness at New York Open, while equities, you know, they haven't really shown a lot of weakness, but they are kind of like, I feel like equities are beginning to show more weakness than they have over the last few weeks. Momentum, I think, on things like the 8-hour and daily time frame on something like the S&P looks a little bit iffy. Are we about to see that keel over? We're going to discuss it on today's show. Or are NVIDIA earnings going to save the market again? I guess we'll have to see. But what we do know and what we can see, crypto selling off. Bitcoin still, once again, I mean, I know things like ETH and BNB and Sol are down more than Bitcoin on the day, but we've really kind of seen throughout the last week or so a lot of relative strength, I think, from altcoins, which isn't conceptually like that difficult for us to understand why when we have talked about 1010 and that liquidation cascade and really the open interest that was removed from the altcoin market, but is still present within Bitcoin. So it should not really be that much of a surprise, in my opinion, that we're seeing this relative strength out of altcoins, but we're going to need a broader rally from Bitcoin in order for that to translate into upside price appreciation on those coins. But how are we doing, guys? What are we seeing in the markets? What are we thinking about this morning's price action, the volatility that we've seen throughout the last few weeks?
This is actually we need to talk about this as well, because that's, if we want to talk about relative strength, that's really the one we should talk about. But yeah, no, I've been going back and forth. Sorry, my cat is running around everywhere. I've been going back and forth with the whole like relative strength thing, because ETH has been really pissing me off. It really has. I'll just highlight what I'm talking about, and it's difficult because I need a not a line chart. Because it's like, okay, yeah, like on a weekly, if you just look at a percentage drop on like the weekly or like the, you know, the daily, like it's down slightly more than Bitcoin. But I don't know. It's strangely strong. It's strange. Like on low time frames, it's strangely strong, which I don't understand. But yeah, I guess backing up, I think we're about to slide in a big way. You know, I think trying to call a bottom on this right here is a little premature. To like, if anything, it's premature. You know, I'd be looking somewhere more like, let's see. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna, yeah, somewhere more like this is what I would look for. Delete that. Somewhere more like 2,500 is what I would look for on ETH, man, because there have been plenty of attempts to call bottom, here and here and here and here and here and here and here. And you know what I mean? Like literally every single, there's a reason I just named all of those times, right? Because it's been and it's like, should probably just at least wait for a little bit of this, right? Like, I get calling bottom on like the 4 hour. It's like, all right, yeah, local bottom, local bottom, local bottom. But I guess for me, I'm not really trading the 4 hour. I'm trading this, which is a pretty clear downtrend. Until you get these ribbons to at least flip back up, which I'm not really an MA trader at all, but like that would be something nice to see. Or you get some price action that's just kind of sideways. Or, which is what I think you're gonna get, is like this. Still you need to form a little base, but I think you just need some more time, and I personally don't think you've really seen capitulation yet. For a lot of reasons. Part of it is that alt BTC strength. Part of it is the fact that funding is still positive. I guess part of it is just like bullish timeline sentiment, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like anybody has really capitulated, and it does. And I've seen some tweets from some guys like, this is very orderly selling. Like this is a very structured, nice, clean downtrend. Like you haven't had anything unwind. You haven't had, anything break. You haven't had anybody maybe you had somebody blow up here, right? But like ever since then, it's been very, very structured and very controlled. Same thing in equity. So I don't know that you necessarily require capitulation, but I think you haven't seen it yet. That's for sure. So
don't you just love how we still don't know who blew up on 1010?
Yeah.
Don't you just love that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, somebody knows. We just don't know.
Yeah, somebody knows, just not us. USDT dominance.
You know what I was just looking at is open interest on Bitcoin has fully recovered the October 10th massacre, but funding is still positive. Now, it's impossible to know exactly what the positioning is within that open interest. But given that funding is still so positive, I can't help but imagine that people are aggressively buying this dip on leverage.
Yeah.
Open interest has gone straight up in a straight line since the October 10th drop, and funding has remained positive the entire time.
What has price done, Max?
Price has gone down while open interest is rising, but funding is still very positive, which tells me that people are aggressively longing and buying this dip on leverage. That's my assumption. Tommy, you're better at trading derivatives than me. Am I somewhat on the right page here, or am I missing something?
I mean, there have been shorts coming in, but like you said, funding has remained positive. So clearly there's a very heavy skew towards the long side during this dip, which, if you're, I guess you're kind of like, it makes sense in a way, but then it doesn't, because we have this 6-month range that we've broken down from. And the first thought is, all right, well, let me play the deviation. But the flip side is we just broke down from a 6-month range. You probably shouldn't have that like immediate thought to try and fade it. But I guess, when we talk about like the way the cycle is traded so far, there is a certain level of conditioning that's taken place with Bitcoin where we can't possibly have a drawdown of more than X%. So it has to be a good spot to buy the dip. Who cares about the structure? I almost feel like that's kind of the justification for a lot of what we're seeing with people longing this dip on Bitcoin. But to me, I see a downtrend that is steepening and steepening fast.
It's a good term, steepening, Tommy, because
I got to use steepening in a way that wasn't related to bonds or yields, man.
Yeah.
How is that?
Yeah. I don't know if we've taken a look at bonds or yields in a while recently, but
I don't even want to.
I know. I don't really want to either, but it does appear that Japan may be on the precipice of liquidating themselves yet again.
Is that real?
Tucker, are you hungry for like retribution here?
Well,
Like, are
see,
you?
The last time that Japan liquidated itself, I did not foresee it at all.
You didn't, and you actually issued a public apology because you missed Japan liquidating itself. Yeah,
I did. Yeah.
Damn, USD JPY is ripping now.
Yeah.
Look at that 3-day.
I mean, this is like the danger zone. Is anywhere like up here is not great.
Didn't they liquidate themselves from USD JPY going lower though?
Yeah, it was on the massive drop, right? So we hit 160, and then August 5th was right here. So it like, but I think what happened? They like did something when it hit 160.
They like have to raise rates, right?
Yeah. I think they raised rates because they didn't want their currency to fall so hard against the dollar. I don't know what the dollar was even doing back then. Not a whole lot. Dollar, it was not, none of it had to do with the dollar. So like the dollar did not really, the dollar was falling during this time, right? So it all had to do with just the yen. And if anyone is wondering why we're talking about this, it's because of the unwind of the carry trade, which is a giant liquidity mechanism for money going into equities and crypto somehow. Don't ask for details. I don't have them. So.
I've been saying I think this pair is going to make a new high and then probably top out.
Yeah.
I forgot about it though. I'll be honest. Over the last like 2 or 3 weeks, I've just been focused on other tickers.
Well, I've just been seeing a bunch of doomers on the timeline talking about like the Japanese 40-year, which I didn't even know was a thing, but they have a 40-year bond.
They have 50-year mortgages.
I don't know if they have 50-year mortgages, but they're basically their entire long end. Their 10, 20, 30, and 40-year bonds are just ripping to the upside. And usually those guys are screaming about it for a while, and that means nothing, but just pointing it out.
Regarding the Japan liquidating itself, as funny as that sounds, that was, the yen carry trade was that people were borrowing in Japanese yen because it was way more convenient because the interest rates were so low, like they were negative for a long time. And so people borrowed in Japanese yen, then swapped for the US dollar and longed US equities with it, or even stayed in a dollar sometimes. And the problem was when Japan started to raise their rates, which are still to this day very low, considering where their 30-year bonds are trading at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the problem is if this pair gets too high, then they have to raise their rates, and that's a problem for the carry trade, basically.
Well, there is so many mechanisms that are like connected. Lots of macro guys are trying to explain it. It's not that easy. Japan is the largest holder of the US debt, and it's been selling it lately for to defend their currency as well. They might do it again. It's like I myself don't see every nuance in that equation, but there are plenty of those.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like USD JPY had more signal for price short term last year. When it was more so like I feel correlated to downside. Now I almost feel like the the reason for USD JPY to go higher is the same reason why like risk would sell off last year when the USD JPY went lower. So I don't know. I feel like the correlation kind of shifted a bit earlier this year. But what I did notice was USD JPY does tend to trade somewhat correlated with gold, which is why I thought we would have the breakout from that like 4 to 6 month range that it was trading in a few weeks ago.
Well, definitely has been, like, I'm looking at the chart, definitely has been a correlation. When USD JPY was going down, BTC would be going down, and then when USD JPY would be going up, BTC would be going up. But clearly that is no longer the case.
Yeah.
Like, especially during the last, like since that August 5th scenario, that was the case.
Yeah, but like this was down, this was down,
Yeah.
This was
it shifted a bit though. Yeah. When like the tariff tantrum happened, we kind of reworked the dollar correlations a little bit, but I'm not smart enough to be able to explain that.
This was up, this was up. Yeah, so it has had a positive correlation, but since, I mean, this was up and this was kind of sideways. Yeah, really.
Like they probably rose for different reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, they are indeed diverging. You guys watch Capital Flow's little video last night? It was pretty good.
His little video.
It was literally quite. It was not a YouTube. It was like a small clip, I think, that he put on his Twitter. It was quite literally a little video.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was great. It was like combined returns.
Might be a private indicator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll find it. It might have been free. I don't know. But basically, it was just like when Bitcoin is diverging from equities and what it means. Or no, it was when Bitcoin is outperforming equities, right? And it had like this to this was green, and then like here to here is like still red. And it's like when Bitcoin begins to outperform equities, you want to just long it, basically. It's kind of what he was saying. And
makes sense.
Underperforming for a while. I mean, these aren't the dates exactly. I just put these on there, but he's like on a daily or higher, you've been underperforming equities since like basically here. And to not like look for longs until you at least get a green, and there's like an MA on it, and like at least till you get a green regime and you flip this MA, then you look for longs. But like basically he's just saying to be patient. So that's really all. But it was interesting.
Yeah, he's been on the ball.
Yeah.
He's like one of those guys where, I just don't like when I'm on the other side of the trade as him. Sometimes it just has to be done. But like,
yeah,
he's fantastic.
Yeah, he is.
Who, Jim Cramer?
Yeah.
he's probably like the best macro guy per se, I think, when it comes to like actionable trading.
Yeah, because a lot of the macro stuff has no like executable value. Like there's no trade within it. It's just like, here's a lot of data, like this could happen.
Could go wrong.
I saw a really funny tweet. I should have saved it, about like macro versus TA or something. The gist of it was macro tells you what should happen. TA tells you what is happening. One tells stories, one makes money, or something like that.
Well, I believe certain macro indicators are good, but as always, you need to align them with TA as well. I think it's a combination. I think TA is not a holy grail either. It's a great tool as well, and I like use it as much as I can. But you cannot ignore FA and macro either. So
Yeah.
some of the macro stuff is good. Like for example, if you listen to Fed and they told you that they'll be hiking the rates for the next period, like that was actionable still, and it was a period you would be running into for the next year, right? But then there is some macro that's like yeah, that's nice, but
I've been kind of thinking about this recently, guys. It's like talking about macro gives you almost like the ultimate hedging opportunity rhetorically, because you can say like at any point in time, like, oh yeah, we're going up, but something bad could happen, and here's what it is. So it's like if it does happen, like, oh yeah, I was long, but this thing that I predicted that was totally unforeseen in the moment. Because macro stuff is inherently like very high time frame and obviously even harder to time as a result of that. But it's kind of like if you just speak about macro, people aren't really going to question it because it's usually pretty high level. And also you always give yourself an out just kind of like naturally. So
Always.
I got a kick out of thinking about that earlier this week. Like, yeah, we're going up, but there are risks present. There are risks present.
Yeah, I can't stand some of the macro talk. Like Capital Flows is the one macro guy that I guess I like listen to or follow. I'd say I struggle with it because I've talked to him in spaces, but like not him, but I've talked to like macro guys in spaces before, and I'm pretty confident that no matter what you say, they'll disagree with you. Like you could just be like, you are very smart and handsome, and they would be like, actually, if you look at the symmetry of the human face, like the ideal shape is this and mine is this. So if you look at it under the correct lighting, then perhaps you might interpret it that way. But you clearly missed, my brother, he has the, and I'm just like, man, I can't talk to the I can't. Am I cutting out?
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. Anyways, man, I don't know. I can't stand the macro talks, man. Just like arguing over like economic indicators that are contracting, and trying to baseline it against something that happened like, 2 decades ago when like everything is different. It just is not. I don't find it to be super constructive. The only macro stuff I care about really is like unemployment for the most part. That's the only thing that I've ever seen like, or CPI, like directly and immediately impact like my trades or those things. But the rest of it is just too slow moving.
I think you need both for sure.
Who I think does probably the best job of balancing the two is XO.
XO. I was literally about to say that, dude. XO is one of the best at balancing the two. Yeah. All right. What do we do?
Man, I can't believe Sol is trading at 134.
Sol's green on the 3-day.
You think that's too high or too low, Tommy?
Oh, it's way too high. It's just kind of like I need to see it trading there because I feel like Sol has been just like on these down days. I'm kind of amazed at like how much it's puked on a relative basis at every local low.
Yeah.
Let me tell you guys something about Sol. I am pretty confident. Like I'm in no interest in buying Sol, and that's been the case for a long time. But I still think it needs to hold, and I think if Sol doesn't hold the April low, then I think Sol's going to like $30, 32. And I think that would be really, really tough time for the whole space. So as much as I don't like Sol and wouldn't buy it, I still think it needs to hold here at like, 120 or so. If not, then
you don't think it could hold like, like this?
I don't think
it can hold there, but it cannot go below it. Like sub 100, it's the same. What happens with BTC sub 100?
Like, that is a nasty chart.
As I said BTC sub 100, and it's gonna be much lower.
Yeah.
Would you be a buyer of $30 Soul Jackus?
No, I'm just like, I still think every day about those guys who are like, oh, I'm gonna buy, like, oh, Jackus gets bearish sub 100K. I'm buying 98K. Good luck. How did that work out?
Good luck.
The Fedor.
Always fading.
That's the meme, right? The bear doing the dab.
Dude, how are they holding Bitcoin here? Like, what is going? It's just sitting there.
It's not gonna like puke unless we get the vol spike in equities.
Yeah.
ETH is, oh man. I see a small cluster. The last line of defense.
It's starting to slide, man.
It is starting to slide for sure.
She's looking slippery. I wouldn't be feeling super confident personally.
Like that is.
I do think the market is kind of, in a way, though, it has been weak, but you're getting like these clues of where the puck is headed next, through this. I truly believe that through this altcoin strength, that alts, I mean, they're not going to be immune to downside if Bitcoin drops. They're definitely going to dump more, but I just think given the bid that we've seen on altcoins versus Bitcoin over the last like 2 weeks, we're probably seeing that what moves first off the low is likely to be ETH, and it's going to be some of these altcoins that have a real reason to be held. Like looking at hype, again, we talked about the relative strength already on this show. Where is the puck headed? Should we dump further? The market is telling you what you should likely be bidding by the end of this.
Well, I mean, dude, hype is sitting at like 104K Bitcoin right now, 105 it appears. Like that's pretty crazy.
Do we think it's going to catch up, or is it going to actually just somehow hold here?
Oh, they always catch up. They always catch up, but I do think hype will have a higher floor than most everything else.
CZ is basically nuking the entire market just to bring hype down 20%. It's still not working.
Look at how much it takes for them to echo a fraction of our power.
Wouldn't that be funny if it somehow came out that like all of like October 10th happened and everything happened by design to try to bury Hyperliquid somehow, and like they just still couldn't get it done?
Isn't that what FTX, like it would kind of be history replicating itself a little bit.
It would be.
FTX trying to take down everybody else with the I think they initiated the Luna crash and then wrecked themselves doing it because they just took on so many bad liquidations by the end of it.
Tommy, do you have any fractals or analysis on BNB that maybe you'd want to discuss?
No, I would never.
Oh, okay.
Take me for a scoundrel.
I must be thinking of somebody else. My fault. My mistake.
Some other fractal chud.
Because
I mean, that chart looks really bad, though. And I think, really, when you look at a lot of these altcoins structurally, specifically like BNB and ETH, the consolidation and the shoulder that we're seeing kind of beneath that consolidate, you know what I'm talking about? Like the first consolidation that you have before the impulse up to the highs, the fact that you have things like BNB and ETH now trading below that consolidation, to me, I'm going to keep drawing comparisons to like these 2008 charts, because that was like a very clear pattern that you saw during the unwind in 2008 was exactly this structure. If you go to like the DJI, Tucker, I'll talk about it.
Yeah, I'm just typing up a quick primer on Mercury retrograde in the chat.
Mercury retrograde is typically not good for the coins. I have tried to fade this before in the past, and it has never worked, so I simply succumbed this time.
DJI.
Yeah, if we look at like the 2008 topping structure on the DJI.
As compared to?
Like ETH and BNB.
Okay. Wait, hold on. That's not how I want to do it. What time frame?
Just go to the daily and go back to 2008. I hate that you keep making me say
Oh, 2008.
2008, man.
Say it again, Tom.
Parallax. No, not that.
Oh, shoot. That's 2020. Still a good one.
I still think the best thing for the space right now would be like I don't think it necessarily happens, but the best thing would be if BTC just nuked to like 68K immediately.
Yeah. I
Like,
agree.
just have it done ASAP, drop to 68 or like generally that region. Beat quick. That would be the best in my opinion.
So
Yeah, I was having those same thoughts this morning, Jackus. Where
But
I
I
feel
don't-
like our best chance of a quick recovery is like rip the Band-Aid off, just absolutely capitulate Bitcoin, and then we can work on like a huge recovery from there. But if they continue to just like slow bleed drip this thing down without any real like capitulation, because we haven't seen capitulation yet. We've seen very controlled selling. This could get dragged out for a long time, which not ideal.
You just draw ETH to negative prices.
Oh, no.
Well, I think we've seen
fractal chud.
I think we've seen capitulation apart from Bitcoin. I think we've seen it in everything. But I agree that like I still think that BTC is going to bounce around 86K, maybe even for weeks before rolling over. But if it happens quickly, that's the best case.
Yeah.
This is what I see when I look at ETH and BNB. And this is also why I think ETH will be the fastest horse off the bottom. You can overlay the time frames. I mean, that to me is like, all right, well, everybody is going to be, if this happens, everybody is going to be calling for the death of ETH, a long bear market, and then it's going to V-recover and leave everybody on the sidelines. Like that would actually be kind of perfect.
One thing, Tommy, BTC right now is trading already near its April lows, or like, well, near the March April base. But when you think about it, ETH is still trading in that, like, obviously Bitcoin is trading like above its 2021 cycle high. So in that regard, BTC is still stronger. But from this, from the tariff flows in that segment, ETH is definitely stronger here. And I still have a theory that I think Bitcoin will trade below those lows and ETH won't.
Yeah, look at that. Bitcoin's 21% off its lows, and ETH is 2x off its lows.
I would say I'm less confident in ETH USD, but I do feel very confident that the ETH BTC low is in. I feel very confident about that. Maybe you form some sort of like double bottom, but yeah, I mean, I think the high time frame low for ETH BTC is in, and I think you're about to begin a multi-year uptrend on ETH BTC. So when we talk about like, again, what you want to buy when the selling stops, I think this is like, to me, it's kind of a no-brainer, but it's not to say it's going to be easy if I kind of get the targets that I'm thinking I might get.
It's this, man. It's this. The Pico low is definitely in. I think you're right, but I think you're gonna get a ETH give it all back in one candle situation, and then go something like that.
This comment.
Have you noticed the size of the audience today?
I haven't. Is it bad or
Is it
good?
big or
Small,
small?
dude. It's small.
168.
Yeah, that's
right?
small. That's really small on YouTube. Usually we're like, 220 to 250, I feel like.
Shout out to our loyal listeners.
Dude, either people don't realize what's happening and they're just like, oh, it's a boring day, or people just got carted out and like are just done.
a lot of
think
my
it's
group
the
chats,
latter.
yeah, a lot of my group chats have been like very quiet.
I think a lot of people are just done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hate to see it.
Yeah, you do.
But that's not the bullish case either. Like, just because people are done doesn't mean the price will go up. Just because the market is in extreme fear doesn't mean it has to be going up.
Is Nvidia? Did they already? I thought their earnings were yesterday, but I guess they're today. Yeah. Is Jensen gonna save the market?
I don't think so.
I wonder if Jensen is actually the catalyst to send the market down somehow.
Oh,
I'm not a mega bear. If anything, I think bears are gay, and every time I have to be bearish, I don't like it. But I said before, if BTC doesn't hold at 100, it's gonna fall over, and the next real demand really sits at 68. So I don't like these times, but yeah.
I'm a bear, but I'm non-binary, so it's acceptable.
oh God.
Yeah.
The McRib is not bullish. I don't know how many times I need to.
I learned earlier this week that the McRib is a sandwich.
Yeah, I don't know how you didn't know that, first of all. As an American man, but
This is something that gets Tucker really worked up, guys. Is
Clearly.
When people misrepresent the McRib, dude, I mean,
this is a trigger for. This is one of those like microaggressions that sets off Tucker.
okay, I think there was one.
Microaggressions, bro.
Okay, they basically bring it back every single year. Okay, so there's literally no signal in it. They brought it back at the top in 2021. They brought it back at the top in 2017. It's a post-halving year, so don't know what to tell you. But yeah, they brought it back here, and they brought it back here. Like I understand, but the cherry picking of those tweets was unbelievable. Like absolutely egregious. So there is no signal in the McRib. I'm sorry. I wish there. I would be more on board than anyone if there was signal in the McRib. Okay, I would be.
That is something that Tucker would get behind. I can tell you. Like,
yeah, but unfortunately, there is no signal in the McRib.
But has McDonald's ever strapped dynamite to a hog?
No, definitely not.
No
Actually,
way.
I don't know how they make their McRibs, so I can't confirm or deny what they do. I don't even know what's in a McRib. I really don't want to know either.
There's no chance it's actual like meat, right?
I don't know.
I mean, pretty low.
Yeah, pretty low chance. I mean, it's probably like what's in a hot dog type of thing.
Dude, it's probably like a horse rib burger,
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Jackus, have you ever had a McRib?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really? They have them in Czech?
Yeah.
And thoughts?
I mean, it's all right. It's fast food, so
Yeah.
What does Czech McDonald's have on the menu? Do you guys have like Big Tasties or the McCrunchies?
We do have all of those. McDonald's is pretty like, I think their intention is to keep the quality almost identical in all countries, and I think they do it as probably the best fast food chain that there is. Because, like, for example, KFC is so different in each country. So yeah.
Jackass, I think I read
So-
somewhere that the McDonald's is actually higher quality in Europe than it is in the US because you guys have more strict regulations on food.
That's true. That's true. But some companies can still, like, was the right word, bypass them.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, we had a pretty bad situation with KFC when they were selling.
I think you told
Like-
this story.
Yeah, they were selling like out of the date meat, and it was
Expired meat.
expired meat. Yeah, it was really stinky, but they washed it with water and put lots of like barbecue over it, so you couldn't feel it. But yeah, it was a big incident.
That's disgusting.
It is.
There was a Steak and Shake at the college town my wife used to attend, and we would eat there, just because I used to come in to visit. And it closed down because it came out that they were dealing drugs at the register. I'd
Bold.
never heard that before.
When you think about Breaking Bad, right? They had Los Polos Hermanos, and that was just the product on the eye, on the outside. But
Gus Fring was such a cool character.
Yes.
Dude, did you hear the story about the actor though? The guy,
Yeah.
Giancarlo, how he
No.
was like homeless and depressed and like wanted to kill himself, and then he got that job and like just fully made it and was back.
That's unreal, man. What a legend. He
Really?
killed that role too.
Yeah.
Never give up, guys. Keep fighting. You might be homeless and depressed, but one day your bags will pump. You will make it.
Sorry,
Gus
which actor from Breaking Bad?
The chicken man.
The chicken.
Oh,
man.
really? Wow.
Yeah.
He looked very depressed in that show. like he had a poker face most of the time, but he was like,
Yeah. What a show.
This is so good.
We're so bad. Gus Fring.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It's the comedic relief we have throughout the show, man. Keeps me going.
Keep us coming back.
Oh.
Is this
We have some split opinions though.
The McDo. Well, BTC is about to enter McRect.
McWrecked. Jesus. You know it's also about to be McWrecked?
The like button.
Oh man. It better be McWrecked. But I was gonna say McSailor.
Oh no.
Sorry, I'll stop. I'll stop.
McSailor is insane.
McSailor.
So the fact that this is already trading below April lows, I can't remember if you mentioned this, Jackass, earlier this week, or if it was somebody else. Like, is that a sign Bitcoin's about to do the same?
Yeah, that was me.
Jack,
Unfortunately, that was me.
Do you concede your bet to me?
I think it's over, but I said Q2 2026, and what can happen between now and then. So I don't concede until.
I will let you out for a chicken dinner now instead of steak.
No, I like steaks. I don't chicken out.
All right, I was trying to be nice. That's fine. That's fine. We'll see it through.
No,
There
but
you
my
go.
when we made this bet, right? It was made based on the I was saying, if BTC is going to roll over here, then obviously MicroStrategy is going to nuke harder, which is what happened. My idea was, or I thought at the time, that BTC was going to hold the above 100 and continue to rise. That didn't play out. I still think that if BTC did what I thought at the time it would, then I think MicroStrategy would caught up to the upside.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, the worst outcome played out, and now I will enjoy people who were buying 98K, thinking that was it.
Yeah, look at how much this led. Like look at this candle.
The bottom will be in when I stop seeing the recovery tweets every day.
I know. MicroStrategy broke out and Bitcoin was right here.
So are you telling me that now we're seeing the inverse of that relationship, Tucker, just to be clear?
Well, the relationship is the same, but the inverse of this, action, it's still a positive correlation.
Let's see.
MicroStrategy leading.
What's his average price?
74K.
So MicroStrategy is basically trading at the equivalent of below 75K or 74K, right?
Yes.
Just wanted to see if that was
Tommy, I have that indicator. If you want me to share it with you.
Yeah, let's see it after Jackass.
Okay.
So
I think you shared it with me, right?
I should have. I think I published it for free for everybody to use if they wanted to. But let me see. I can send you a link to it so you can put it on your. I should have published it for everybody.
I haven't looked into this alpha before.
I love it.
I
Are
love
you not a filet of fish enjoyer?
I'm not, no.
Here I'll actually just post it in the comments if everybody wants, if you want to use it. Tommy, I'll put it in the private chat here for you so you can click on it. Yes. But that'll take you right to it, and then you can put it on your chart. And it's really interesting to see how price navigates around like the standard deviation bands of their entry. And it's also interesting because it kind of looks like their entry might get tested, but we'll see.
I clicked on the link and now my Bored Apes are gone.
We got them, boys.
Oh, there we go. Hell yeah.
So one thing that's interesting is that MicroStrategy was actually bottom way before BTC. I think the structures here are pretty identical in that regard. Like you had a lower low, obviously, and then you've broken out and you've taken out this low. At the same time, you had BTC that rated the all-time highs. It obviously took way longer time here, and obviously, people have been saying that already here, just to be totally fair. But I think right now BTC could once again see a bounce from here. It would look something like this. Obviously, it might not look the same. What's interesting, and I wanted to point out, is that MicroStrategy was bottomed already in May 2022. Look at the bounces here. Like, obviously, they still moved in sync, but the difference was that although from this low, right, BTC still moved 42% lower, and MSTR was breaking this low, and I think right now it's in a similar situation as to when BTC was like here, right? So like this one, and right now around here. What's possible? We'll see, obviously. You might get a bounce here. MSTR sells off, and that could be it for MSTR, wherever. It might do some range and then start to go up again.
So that would potentially put Bitcoin down into what, like mid 80s, low 80s? Everything holds for a bit and then rolls over?
I still think that this is the demand that you need to hold. This is the demand that the price will be attracted to now. So yeah.
Jackus, are you in the camp that we basically go back down below that April low? Or do you think that we would hold more likely in like the mid to upper 80s and then maybe visit it later on? Do you have a firm opinion on it?
I'm more in the camp that BTC will bounce soon. I'm still looking at like 86K at minimum. But it could go as low as like 82 here. Like things could get scary. But I think there will be bounce before we go below the April lows. But I think below April lows is where the bottom, like I think that's where the price will be attracted to right now. Sub April lows. I think the best case scenario would actually be if we don't bounce and we just go there like straight.
Yeah.
Because
No
there
bounce.
would be no bounce. Yeah, there will be no bounce if it goes straight down sub 74, sub April low, sub tariff lows. Lots of panic. You want to see volume, you want to see absorption down there, and then the road to recovery can begin.
ETH cycle begins.
And E cycle begins.
That's my bold take. We're about to head into the ETH and altcoin cycle. And everybody who is a Bitcoin maxi is going to miss it because this whole cycle has conditioned them that altcoins and ETH are trash, will never outperform Bitcoin, especially in drawdown. Well, this market has a tendency to punish conditioning. So
I think we will get a Santa rally for what it's worth, but not from here. Actually,
but he didn't
right?
say which year.
no, this year,
right?
but not from here.
It's like Eric Trump or whoever, buy the dips. He didn't say which dip. And then the price kept nuking. It's like, huh?
He didn't say which.
Mr. Depp, you are down 95%. Have you ever considered selling? No. It's a no. I can't.
No, I meant from not here in price. Like, I think we're gonna go lower into the end of the month and then probably get a quote unquote Santa rally. But I don't think it's. It depends. I don't know. It depends where we go into the end of the month, but I don't think it's one. I think it's one to play. I don't think it's one to ride out necessarily for a long time. But because I think if we're gonna do it, I think we're gonna do it in the end of the month, and I think it's gonna take more than a month of December positive price action to reconstruct. So that's all. But I do think we're gonna get aka a bounce into Christmas, basically. Bounce in December. But if we don't, it's okay.
Sticking to my guns, I think we bought them before Christmas.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree fully.
But not from here.
But not yeah. Pretty much. This is a huge level for ETH right here. This is a giant level, in my opinion. Boom, 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 boom. 2,700. Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Unironically, people will interpret things that way, and it's pretty wild.
Dude, I tweeted the other day about like the ETH cycle and how I think it's going to be a really scary dip to buy. And one of the first comments was like, "Oh yeah, everybody's talking about how we're going into a bear market," and I'm like, "You have not interpreted my tweets the way you probably should have."
Yeah.
Hey Tucker, what's wrong with ETH, man?
What do you mean?
It just looks very like limp. Like what?
It's a limp meat pattern.
Oh,
We know how these resolve.
Can't pump.
I can't believe it's the craziest. I totally forgot. It's the exact. It's just the limp meat, you know.
Dude, I've just become like such a chud
Inverse parabola.
enthusiast.
It's the inverse parabola that conclude. I mean, look how. If this was a chart, I mean, you'd be anybody would be bullish on this chart. Like, what? This looks incredible. To the upside. Is it not?
my inverse investments are with good crypto companies.
This looks
The
good.
question is, are you buying here?
Would I buy this here? I don't know.
I
He doesn't have to because he already bought it.
Yeah, I already bought it a long time ago, but if we're going off of that premise, but
I think USDT dominance is going much higher still.
So funding for Bitcoin on Bybit and Deribit are slightly negative right now.
Finally.
a bit.
Bybit and Deribit slightly negative, but still positive on Hyperliquid, Binance, OKX.
I don't like the Hyperliquid and Binance are positive. Bybit is not the food. You remember when Bybit was just the giga fade of all giga fades?
It used to be
Yeah.
so actionable.
Oh,
They're actually pretty smart traders there now.
I know. It used to be like anytime Bybit was long or short, you just did the opposite and it worked every time.
What is OKX on ETH, Max?
That's Signal.
At least it used to
OKX on ETH is still positive.
They're like the retail exchange for ETH.
Let me be clear, like open interest is still overwhelmingly positive market wide right now. It's just like there's little pockets of it starting to turn negative. But truly the most concerning part for me is not even the funding. It's just the fact that open interest has literally gone straight up in a straight line since October 10th.
It's from Binance, right? I want to say that for Binance.
Can you show it on a chart?
I can, yeah. Let me show you right now. So this is the part that freaks me out a bit, which like makes me think we are not done yet. Is this where we have gone straight up in a straight line? Price has dropped, but funding the whole time has stayed positive. So how we typically resolve these these sell-offs is what we'll see is a major open interest rinse, right? And then funding will go from positive to negative, and that's a bottom. We can go back further. Let's look at August 5th. Remember this one? Price distributing. Then we see an open interest flush, and then funding flashes negative, aggregated funding, right? We can go back again. How about early bull market, open interest flushes, funding flashes negative, price goes down, right? So what we're seeing right now is quite the opposite, which is freaking me out a bit because I'm like, this is a lot of positioning to unwind if people are trying to long this, and we've been going down the whole time. So I don't know what you guys make of it, but unless this pullback, unless this limp meat pattern is different than all the other ones we've had for the past 3 years, then how this is going to resolve is a giant open interest flush, which turns funding negative sort of at the bottom, which we are seeing the opposite right now.
I make of it the simple fact that people thought they are going to get smart by buying like 98K or something. And I said, listen, if you're buying there, you'll get to buy way lower. And I think that's what the chart is saying. Like,
and
to
you're
me, it's
right,
really-
Jack, is because the majority of the open interest came in right here. This is when it really started to spike, which was right here, which if you put that on the Bitcoin chart is basically right in here, which is like,
Yeah.
it was actually this candle. So like
That's interesting.
99 and below. That's when we started to really ramp. You're spot on. Because like all of this is going to flush down. That's how it's going to bottom. And then funding
Yeah.
will go negative. And it's like, that's what's scaring me. That's why I'm like, we're not bottomed yet. Like there's people that are longing this right now on
Yeah.
leverage. And they're going to have
saw
to puke.
They are smart doing so. I mean, there are levels in charts that you are bullish as long as you're above them, and then when they get broken, you simply have to respect that. I mean, what I've noticed is there are people who are like hopeful, right? Like no, this like ignore every data set, right? And just be like, no, this is just a giant manipulation. It will turn around because this guy is bearish or like bullish, or doesn't matter. But yeah, it was 100K. Apart from it being technical one, it was psychological one too. Like you've go all the way back to 2024. Market rallied to 100K. We for the first time ever broke above 100K, right? We didn't spend many days above it, right? It was like the range was really like 90 to like 110, but most of the price action was really like 100 to 90. That was like the first time, like, yeah, BTC has done this milestone of hitting 100. But then the tariffs came in. BTC rejected and went for a, what was it? 32% drop. At that point, you have lots of perma bears being like, especially at the lows, like, yeah, the bubble has popped, BTC reached 100. Now it's time for it to go to 0. But obviously, bears being the biggest losers in the charts ever. And fundamentals still being good, then market returned and went back above 100, and it stayed there for a long time, for nearly a year, like 300 days or something. It stayed above 100K. That's a long time on the overall, of course. That's a long time, and you sort of view that as market acceptance above 100K. But as we know nowadays, the market failed to hold that for further time. And when you think about that, that's like a major acceptance below TA level, major acceptance below this psychological level, and in the prior range that the market spent the entire year trading in. So I view that as a very bearish. I don't view it as end of the world for BTC just yet. I view the end of the world for BTC really sub 50K, but for now it's really like we will get this flush on. By the way, if you think about this flush, and I said this before, if you compare this flush to 2022, way different fundamentally, right? Like back then, you really had the highest inflation in 60 years. You were going into the biggest rate hike period in 60 years. You had lots of crypto funds and companies collapsing. You had a Luna collapse. You had Celsius. You had others. You had FTX at the end, obviously. None of it is happening right now. The fundamentals for the space are the best they've ever been. I view this as a technical, rather maybe leverage correction. But yeah, I think after it hits sub 75, there is a monster's demand to hold the price. I believe it will, and the bearishness is borrowed, in my opinion. Keep in mind, most bears, right? Most bears are still bearish just from the recent mid time frame. Like they are still bearish since 74K, 75. Price is still higher to this day than that. You do not want to miss the next flip to be bullish, is what I'm trying to say. ETH is still, way higher than from its April lows.
Yeah.
I just read the last comment. Yeah.
Yeah, I would also add, Jackus. I mean, I think like another fundamental difference between now and 2022 is the volatility regime is entirely different. I'll beat this drum as many times as I have to. Like in 2022, the VIX didn't spike above 38, and it might have traded there like 2 or 3 times at all during that year. It was a very controlled downtrend whenever we had any downside, and we have crossed above the 2022 highs on the VIX twice in the last 15 months alone. So I tend to think it's just kind of like a natural product of the Trump admin that we're going to have these chaotic market regimes both up and down rather than these prolonged downtrends that I think a lot of people tend to expect. I think that's a lot to do with like the 4-year cycle, which, again, I'm not somebody who believes in the 4-year cycle anymore. I have said over the last few weeks, I don't love how, consensus that view is becoming, but in general, I don't think 4-year cycles exist anymore. So if we do have a situation where we get like a volatile sell-off event, everybody is going to be expecting the bear market to stay prolonged for years. And I just think ETH is going to rebound so much faster than every other asset, and probably every other major, honestly, than in crypto. I'm not considering hype a major, but I think good fundamental assets in crypto are going to bounce back a lot faster than people expect.
Well, technically, it was supposed to be 3 years up, 1 year down, and currently we are 2 years up, but the third year up is missing, and we are down, and likely not going to change by end of the year either. So, or we'll see, but that technically broken too. That pattern: 3 years up, 1 year down, 3 years up, 1 year down. Jake is explaining USDT dominance and Bitcoin dominance if you're talking about levels and charts and respective when they are broken. Yeah, I think USDT dominance also is going higher here, and the levels were broken. I think the last stance for USDT dominance to hold was like 5.5, and that failed. And I think USDT dominance now goes to above 7.
What do you guys think about this chart?
What do I?
Coiled.
Coiled.
Looks coiled.
Tommy, do I need to be adjust?
I don't know. No, I don't think you have to be adjust. Maybe you do.
I think you do. Yeah. for sure.
For me, this is like, if you are having a hard time identifying these, like if you've missed every top for the last few, like 15 months, the yen carry blow up, the Q1 top, and I would say now more recently over the last few weeks, literally just look at this chart, because I've said this before, we've had like this constant push pull between like a natural exuberance because the technology is really exciting and is not going anywhere, and we're probably in the early innings of one of the largest bubbles that we've ever seen. But you also can't price that in within, you can't price in 5, 10, 15 years of optimism within such a short window of time. Liquidity constraints exist, and you can visualize them through this chart. And VIX futures bottomed once again at the exact same level that they did before those two blowups. So that for me has always kind of been like a red flag over the last few weeks. And we haven't had a move on the VIX yet, I want to be clear, but whenever this breaks down from this support, you're going to have a massive bull cycle.
Bitcoin's about to lose 89.
Mm-hmm.
ETH about to lose 2,900.
Let it roll. Let the funding get taken.
Lose what you never truly had, Tucker.
I relate to that.
A non-binary bear.
Yeah.
Man, if they flip equities red today, that would be pretty wild.
If they flip NVIDIA red today, that would be quite something.
I have no idea what to expect for NVIDIA earnings today. I really don't. I am, generally speaking, though, obviously bearish on pretty much everything. So I am thinking it resolves lower, but we have seen NVIDIA save the market before.
Yes, we have. We absolutely have.
Oh my God, MicroStrategy is just imploding today.
Down 10.
So beautiful.
Yeah, I wonder if we time-stamped that tweet at Prometheus yesterday where it would come in.
I think we know.
Wait, where what would come in?
Get the high of yesterday.
Did he nail it?
No, somebody was making fun of him for being short MicroStrategy yesterday.
Okay. I hear you. I already know.
He usually comes in at extremes. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And MicroStrategy. Oh.
Can somebody save me from the winning? Please stop, Mr. President.
It's
Too much winning.
Winning. Oh fuck. Yeah.
Maybe the level is to visit the crypto presidency pump.
Graham. Thanksgiving. Yeah, how are you guys preparing for Thanksgiving?
I'm gonna be hungry. I'm preparing to be hungry. I don't know how else. I don't show people my my bags at Thanksgiving, man. I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
Dude, I shill everyone my bags, and then I forget to tell them when I flip bearish, and then they're just all pissed.
Yeah. Thanksgiving.
Oh, there is our little crypto investor. Come down and tell us about your Dogecoins.
My cousin,
what happens. Yeah.
My cousin's family already thinks crypto is a scam, so it's like, what is really going to be that different these things?
Your cousin's family is right. That's
absolutely right.
Crypto is a scam, but they will love digital assets in the next few years.
Yeah, they will. Bitcoin below 89.
Indeed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well.
How the turntables.
How the turntables have turned.
Oh my god. Oh man, that's good.
Man.
That's so good. because crypto is mainstream enough that might not even be a meme. That might actually be legit.
Wait, we're not getting an October job report? Is that real? Grandma's still home.
Man, I remember after Thanksgiving 2021, my mom cooked up so much good food. I mean, my mom is an amazing cook. And she cooked like 3 or 4 carb dishes, like very, very big ones. And it was just me, her, and my wife. So I ate so much food. I literally, like, it hurt to move the next day. I thought I'd given myself a stomach ulcer. And after I got done eating, I check my phone and I see Snowbank, the other AVAX Ohm Fork, rugged 70% during Thanksgiving dinner. You gotta love that, man. You gotta love it. I didn't love it, but
I did.
Can look on it fondly now. At least I wasn't in Snow Dog. That rugged 0.
Yeah.
I'm reminiscing about AVAX Rush again, so it's probably time for us to wrap the show up.
Probably.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Market Check today. We hope you enjoyed the show. A reminder that we do these Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday whenever the New York Stock Exchange is open. Obviously, next week the schedule might be a little bit different as we have holidays. Though we will communicate through our socials how the schedule might be changed. But a reminder that you can catch us during those days when the New York Stock Exchange is open with a typical start time around 11:15 to 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard. So if you enjoyed Market Check today, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we will see you tomorrow. But of course, also make sure to finish up your day today and every other day this week with Market Talk hosted by the legendary King Wabi. That is an X Spaces hosted through Wabi's account as well as the Because Bitcoin X account. So make sure to stay following and subscribe to both so you can be notified not just when we schedule those spaces, but also when we go live. And Wabi's been, kicking ass lately. The spaces that we've had over the course of the last few weeks have been amazing. We had like 3,000 people at one time in our spaces. I think it was on Monday. So the conversation has been lively. If you're looking for a great way to end your day, it really is. It's really probably the perfect way to do so. And you will be seeing members of this panel on those spaces here more going forward as well. But of course, if you're having a difficult time trading this market right now on a lower time frame, obviously there is quite a bit of realized volatility throughout crypto. We do have a Discord that will send alerts based on hourly time frame readings based around Max's Volume Fusion Pro. So if you are looking for ways to be able to trade some of your favorite tickers like Solana, Dogecoin, and even Pepe, check that out, guys. All you have to do is sign up for Blowfin using our referral link, and you'll be given access to these strategies. But that is it from us, guys. We hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back for another episode tomorrow, Thursday, November 20th. But until then, thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. And of course, stay safe.
Tired of outdated trading tools, confused charts, dozens of tabs, endless stress? You're not alone. Introducing BB Terminal, your all-in-one command center for crypto trading. Track your portfolio, monitor the markets, stay ahead, all in one place. From chaos to clarity, from struggle to success. BB Terminal,